Oh my.
Welcome those of you just joining us to Hilton Coliseum, Ames, Iowa for some Big 12 Saturday afternoon basketball with Jess Settles and her ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you. 16-12 Kansas State the lead. Just about 7 minutes in as Deshaun Jackson has his shot blocked. And it's Kansas State coming away with it, but Iowa State so far 4 for 4 from 3. And Curtis Jones with 6 points, the leading scorer for Iowa State on the year. Off the deflection, kept alive. Max Jones, a 3 for Kansas State. And the third 3 for the Iowa State has split their last 4 games. That heartbreaking loss against Arizona this past Monday night in Tucson. And for Kansas State, they've won 2 straight after a 6-game losing streak. And a steal and a lay-in, Doug McDaniel. And a Joshua Jefferson steal, a good defense from Iowa State. Down the lane, Deshaun Jackson had it stripped, got it back. First points for the...
Seems like the harder he plays, the better the Cyclones are defensively.
Underneath, and it falls off, but a foul that will get David Gasson to the line for Kansas State. They have split their last 4 games. They're now 17-3 as they have not won on the road in over a year. Since early last January, they won in
the game. The number one key is to come out and set the tone defensively and take turnovers and turn it into offense. They did that, but the Wildcats have weathered the storm, and there's a foul on the 3-point shot. Just right now, things not going the way Iowa State wants them. The turnover.
I'm wondering if it was more about the contact.
That one go, but they do want to protect the shooter. It looks like he gets on maybe.
Brendan Hassan, the transfer from Villanova.
These type of games.
Joshua Jefferson spots up and a 3. Iowa State 5 for 5 from 3. And the first from the outside for Jefferson, who leads the Cyclones with 7. Nice crossover in the dish, and the drop in for Moby Ikekorike. And a sophomore from Ireland with his first points off the bench. And Ikekorike.
Doug McDaniel with the Kyrie Irving crossover, just froze the defender. What an assist.
And it rolls in for Curtis Jones, an answer from Iowa State.
Well, he's just got that shot mastered. That's a bad shot for most guards, but for Curtis Jones, it's just routine.
And Coleman Hawkins is fouled, the second on Joshua Jefferson. And 2 free throws.
Daniel struggled to start this year, but over the last couple games, he's been
9 of the first 10 for Jerome Tang. And Coleman Hawkins side to Jackson, and the pass went right at his feet, and a turnover by Iowa State. That is 8 turnovers by the Cyclones. Gasson runs the floor in the lay-in and 1. David Gasson for K-State.
David Gasson, it's very difficult to come up with easy shots.
Second foul on Deshaun Jackson.
Both ends of the court, just a fantastic player.
Way out top, it's on Brendan Hassan. And free throws with Kansas. And the roll for Tamin Lipsey. Notre Dame and Louisville. One of the best scorers in the country, elite scorer.
Maybe that's what ignites them. They got to get some high ball screen action and make sure they're attacking the rim. They're in the bonus with 6 minutes to go. You got to get to the free throw line.
Off balance and a foul. Kansas State wanted to travel, but free throws coming. It's on Doug McDaniel.
That they're in the bonus. He gets inside, draws the foul. I mean, he had number 5. He's just been fantastic to watch, but I know he wanted to come out in this one and have one of them. And the common theme he said defensively there was confusion. So he goes, I've just simplified everything. We're playing in the gaps, we're building the wall, and it's paid huge dividends. Now everybody's on the same page.
And that's a real problem for Kansas State.
And he's got to find a way to get some down screens, some picks.
The skip pass. Tamin Lipsey fakes the 3. on the drive, and the foul, the second on Max Jones. Back
to go down there and take advantage of that.
Lipsey led Iowa State with 18 in Tucson on Monday night. Goes one for the Cyclones after they got down by 5.
Remember, Iowa State is in the bonus.
Tamin Lipsey, 3. Nothing run, Iowa State. From down 5, they're up 5. They've led by as many as 9.
Well, Coleman Hawkins has to post up against this smaller lineup. He's got to get inside and impose his will around the rim. He's got Jones on him. Nice.
Max Jones and on his own miss, then coming over to block the shot, Coleman Hawkins for K-State. C.J. Jones in transition. How about that play for his first points of the afternoon? That was a high degree of difficulty on that shot from C.J. Jones.
Well, the more minutes he gets, obviously, the better he plays. But the last couple of games, he's been averaging 24 minutes per game. But that's not a foul that you... Again, this Kansas State team so improved.
Since there with 3. And both free throws nailed by heading back toward the bench. K-State needs to go quick. Hawkins and the offensive rebound. Point blank, second chance. That won't go, and a foul on Iowa State, and it's on Demarion Watson.
And right now, Kansas State just living on the boards, and that doesn't happen to the Cyclones.
They're up. Arkansas, number 12, Kentucky. Our Sonic blockbusters coming up. Freshman Castillo. Stepping into a 3. Max Jones for K-State and the Wildcats. Iowa State can play for the last shot of the half. And just when it seemed Iowa State was taking control, Kansas State with a little push here toward the end of the half despite the foul trouble.
Great composure on the road. Max Jones is taking this thing over.
5 seconds in the half. Keyshawn Gilbert had it stripped. Out of bounds, off of Gilbert, and it
some sort of wheel route or throw it down to at least half court.
You looking for your cousin George Kittle?
Yeah, Brock Purdy to George Kittle.
There you go. The wheel route. Here it is from midcourt. The heave by Max Jones. But Kansas State, a 2-point lead on the road at number 3 Iowa State here at the half.
Give a ton of credit to the...
This year, Iowa State 11-0 here at Hilton Coliseum as a strip by Coleman Hawkins. But each of the 11 wins by double figures for Iowa State here at home. And a foul will result in free throws for the Wild.
So obviously there's a little hangover different. That was the main game on ESPN. There was so much on the line, and to lose from a half...
The overtime. And now doubling over, and the steal. Brendan Hassan took it away for K-State. Now he launches a deep 3. And the rebound, Coleman Hawkins offensively for Kansas State. And the feed and the lay-in, David Gasson, and Kansas State has their second foul on Lipsey. Coleman Hawkins spots up. 3! Timeout, Iowa. 12 points to lead Kansas State in scoring today. 12 straight points for Kansas State back to the first half. And a 7-0 run to start the second half as the lay-in ends the drought. Tamin Lipsey darts to the bucket for Iowa State. And their first
offensive players.
14th turnover by Iowa State today.
Wow. Jones, man, he has been incredible. What a warrior. Such a smooth-looking shot, and that is an incredible move. What footwork.
And Mac Jones in double figures with 10. The reverse, Joshua Jefferson can't get the roll, and it's ripped down by David Gasson, who then lost his footing, picked up in the lay-in. Tamin Lipsey for Iowa State. Doug McDaniel down the lane, knifing through the defense.
Two elite.
State trying to snap a 15-game road losing streak. Max Jones. Doug McDaniel steps up to the arc. 3 for Doug McDaniel. Now Doug McDaniel has it rim out and a foul. It's on Iowa State. And TJ Otzelberger has just been whacked. A technical. Shot by Brandon Hassan, who's now 6 for 6 at the line.
Well, here's the drive. Again, there's the offensive rebound, and there's the hip check. So that's the right call. TJ Otzelberger, very frustrated, more with his guys for not blocking out. He comes in, he's got a straight line, and he goes up and gets displaced.
Now, the foul might have been called on the wrong guy. It was Heisey who kind of threw his hip into the Kansas State player. But they called it on Jackson. The loose ball picked up. Max Jones lays it in.
12
on Nate Heisey and not Deshaun Jackson. So Deshaun Jackson has 3. But a 16-point lead for K-State. From way behind the line. He shot that one from Des Moines. And Max Jones the miss. And flying in for the rebound, Curtis Jones for Iowa State. It is the most points at any point in a game this season Iowa State has trailed by. Stepping back, Curtis Jones short on the 3. And a loose ball grabbed by Iowa State. 58-41 Kansas State. They've outscored Iowa State 21-6 to start the second half, and a foul and free throws for the Cyclones as Demarion Watson.
2 offensive rebounds on that possession, which is only their 3rd. Rush the board and create some of their own second chance opportunities.
And Watson time all season in the second half of a game. Coleman Hawkins gets the flyby. And the rebound tipped out. Here comes Keyshawn Gilbert for Iowa State. He looks to attack. Transition 3, Tamin Lipsey.
Sky's the limit for this team.
Lipsey 3 for 4 from 3 today. Leads Iowa State with 18. Joshua Jefferson, 3! Turnover. Keyshawn Gilbert stumbles down the lane. For Keyshawn Gilbert.
Now here we go. Here's the action we're looking for.
And a 3. Brandon Hassan silences the Hilton Coliseum crowd.
Great things happen when Coleman Hawkins sets the high ball screen for McDaniel, and they go to work. Extra pass, what an answer, silences the crowd.
8-3 for Kansas State. And the rebound and a foul, and it's on Iowa State as Coleman Hawkins had it. And it's on Demarion Watson of Iowa State. Team foul. And K-State, a team that normally struggles from the free throw line. And a foul. That puts Iowa State into the bonus. And the rebound, Brandon Hassan.
He wants that one back.
Heavily taped right hand for Tamin Lipsey. And a foul. And that's the 3rd on Coleman Hawkins. And a 1-and-1.
Last 8 minutes.
And another front end missed. And Doug McDaniel ties up Deshaun Jackson. Deep three, Doug McDaniel for Kansas State.
And that's been the difference. His play has been the difference for this team.
Joshua Jefferson, the offensive rebound. Demarion Watson keeps it alive. Jefferson finally gets it through for Iowa State. Long time.
Kansas State with no timeouts left in this game. Coach Tang, I like how he's used those timeouts. He's been able to use them to get momentum back for his guys.
Doug McDaniel from deep. And on the offensive glass, and a foul as David Gasson was chopped down. And he got undercut, and Gasson is still down.
The story of the game, again, the offensive rebounding for Kansas State.
The miss from Gasson.
Way off.
Yeah, he wasn't close. 15 of 17, Kansas State now. The runner, Keyshawn Gilbert for Iowa State. That's way off into Demarion Watson.
What kind of shot is that? On the road with the lead, 20 seconds on the shot clock, you're going to do a step back?
The offensive rebound, Joshua Jefferson has it and saves it. And a foul, and C.J. Jones is done. He is fouled out with 5 minutes remaining.
Paint making things happen.
Rolls in for Tamin Lipsey, one more. Coverage begins NBA countdown at 8 Eastern. Madison square play by Coleman Hawkins to slow it down.
It's been that type of afternoon for Iowa State. They get the steal and they fumble it over and over. They can't come up with a shot.
And a foul. Wow. A 1-and-1. Nate Heisey, his third. And he's got one more.
Symbol right there was one of the best shots you'll see all season long, and then one from the wing.
8 Kansas State. Joshua Jefferson moves in. And a foul, that's 4 on Coleman Hawkins. K-State has some foul trouble. And it spins out for
Dawson back in for offense.
Doug McDaniel. Coleman Hawkins, 3! Huge shot for K-State. 17 for Hawkins. And the lay-in. Curtis Jones, and then David Gasson is still down. Finds David Gasson underneath, who blows the layup. But Max Jones, that finally tipped in by David Gasson. Chance after chance for K-State at the rim.
4 straight games in double figures. He has been outstanding playing point guard in this game on the road in a hostile environment.
5 assists, 15 points, and there is McDaniel creating again. Tone for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. It reminds me a little bit of the Kansas game, right? When they were getting blown out early but battled back. They didn't get the win in that one, but this is one of the most rewarding wins of Coach Tang's career. I mean, these guys were not playing well, and they stayed the course, and they are coming up with the win of the year in the league on the road.
Season high 19 for Doug McDaniel now. And the final 40 seconds in a stunned Hilton Coliseum crowd and a foul.
Battles, they butted heads. It is very difficult in this transfer. Players have bought in, and now they are legit. They have played as well as anybody over the last 3 games, and they come on the road, and this does not happen very often.
A 19-point lead at Hilton. And Joshua Jefferson, that just kind of sums up what it's been like for Iowa State this afternoon. A season worst, 18 turnovers, 37% from the field for the Cyclones. And now Kansas State will run it out in a tremendous road victory for Jerome Tang in Kansas State.
He used the timeouts correctly. They hit timely shots. He did defense for offense. Just what a clinic. Kansas State was the tougher team. Iowa State will bounce back. On a neutral court, when they're healthy, I still believe they're the #1 team in the country, but they got to fix some things. Their half-court offense right now, just not where it needs to be.
The largest In terms of margin of victory, home loss for Iowa State under TJ Otzelberger. In the first road win since early last January, Kansas State ends a 29-game home court winning streak for Iowa State. They upset number 3. For Jess Settles and our ESPN crew,